How nice people destroy their own confidence. Let's first define what confidence even means. A definition of confidence is the belief that you push out into the world. It can be anything, some good, some bad. For example, a belief like, I'm good at my job, my actions are good, the path I'm walking is the right path. Now what happens when you push your belief out into the world? Of course, the people around you would push your belief back with what they think is true. Because the reality is, not everyone will agree with you. So how do nice people handle their beliefs being pushed back? Some don't stand their grounds. Now to be clear, it is a strength to not stand your ground in certain situations. Not speaking your mind out of love and respect sometimes is a good thing. But the real question is when your beliefs are pushed back, does that shake you? Does that make you doubt yourself? Is it like poison that slowly drips into a cup of water that contaminates its pureness? Do people's words contaminate your confidence? From what I've seen, especially in nice and emotionally healthy people, there's always a tension fighting within them. It's a tension between being humble enough to accept other people's viewpoints in order to learn and grow, and not letting those viewpoints shake our core and make us doubt ourselves. This tension often shakes nice people's confidence and leaves them doubting themselves. So here are 3 mental models that can help you navigate this inner conflict. The first mental model, know that you're completely unique and complex. You're made up of your personality traits, your thought process, your past experiences, including your pain. Not to mention you have your own values and belief systems. So who in their right mind could ever comprehend your uniqueness and complexity? Only an extremely small few, I would say. So when people speak into your life, giving advice or telling you what they think is true, there are only 2 scenarios. The first, they completely miss the mark. The things they say doesn't even apply to who you are, your situation, or your specific context. That's the first scenario. The second, if they don't miss the mark, they only speak to fractions of who you are. Maybe 5, 10, 20%, never 100. Let me give you an example. About 6 years ago, I sat at a table with my closest group of friends and I asked them to seriously think and tell me what they thought were my strengths and the areas they see me succeeding in the most. They all said storytelling, speaking, consulting, which are all true. But one thing that I discovered about myself that no one knew about or even saw in me was investing. 1 year after I sat at the table with them, I started investing. And I can honestly say it's one of my biggest passions and skill sets this day. But no one saw that in me, not even my closest friends. So when they told me what I was good at, they only spoke to parts of me they could see, not my untapped potential or even fullness. And it's the same when anyone speaks anything into your life. If they don't miss the mark, they only speak to fractions of what they see, not your fullness. Knowing this would give you filters to take in what's true, to discard what's false, and to sort out the things that actually apply to you and your situation. That's the first mental model. The second mental model is life is like running a good business. You test things out, you collect feedback, then you refine. Life works in the same way. You have a belief, you act on it and give it time to play out, then you make adjustments to that belief. Confidence isn't about being stubborn or pig-headed. It's about refining what you believe until you know deep down that it's true. That's the second mental model. The third mental model is look at things through multiple data points. So what you do is collect information from different sources, compare the insights, and look for patterns that keeps repeating. When you see those patterns line up, that's when the truth becomes clear. When different pieces of evidence points in the same direction. For example, I want to know where my real potential lies. What I do is look at things through multiple data points. For data point 1, Howard Gardner's multiple intelligence. It's a framework that identifies 8 kinds of intelligence, showing the areas where people are naturally inclined to excel in. For data points 2, Big 5 personality test. It's a personality test that shows your emotional temperament. Knowing this would give you clarity on the type of work you thrive in. For data points 3 and 4, maybe I'd have 2 wise counsels. People who are smart, who can tell me the things they see in me that I don't see in myself. And for data points 5, I can run all these information through an AI for a deeper analysis. So by these 5 data points, I would see a pattern lining up that points in the same direction. That's when the truth becomes clear. Now the data points can be anything, from personal experiences to research to philosophical to scientific, anything. There's only one key though, is that it has to be quality data. Like if you want to know what you're good at and you ask your friend who doesn't have depth and is extremely biased, that doesn't help. So it has to be quality data points. Now let's get back to the definition of confidence. Confidence is the belief that you put out into the world. These 3 mental models should help you find truth that acts as a shield against any words or falsehood that might be thrown your way. And I want to give you one truth right now to keep with you and never change, no matter what the world might tell you. It's the belief that you are valuable. Now let's look at the data points that prove you're valuable. Data point 1, philosophical. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, once wrote, "A person's worth is measured by the things he values." The Stoic philosophers value high virtue qualities like resilience, wisdom, courage, justice, and self-control. So what Marcus Aurelius teaches is that by valuing and pursuing the things that are pure, that very act and desire to do so reveals a person's worth. That doesn't mean we're perfect or wouldn't fall short. But when we, out of our own free will, make a choice to value and pursue virtue, that intention itself affirms our dignity as human beings. That's the first data point. Data point 2, the Bible. In the book of Genesis, it says, God created mankind in his own image. In the image of God, he created them. What this means is that humans were created in God's image, which gives you value and dignity as his creation. Your features, your eyes, nose, mouth, hands, fingers reflect his divine craftsmanship and showcase the beauty and intentionality that he put in creating you, his creation. God also places his attributes within every person. Qualities like creativity, intelligence, love, and moral capacity. So God doesn't see you as an accident. He doesn't see you as something disposable. You were created with purpose, worthy of love and respect, simply because you exist as his creation. That's data point number 2. Data point 3, experience from a friend. A time I felt extremely worthless in my life was during my 3rd year of college. I pursued this girl for 6 years, and after 3 months of dating, she cheated on me. The night she broke up with me, I got so angry. I demanded an explanation. Why? And what she told me that night is one of the most hurtful things I've ever heard in my entire life. She said she broke up with me because she couldn't overlook the fact that I'm not good looking. Those words crushed me. And for the next 3 weeks, it was hell on earth. I'd wake up in the middle of the night vomiting. I cried randomly and felt this huge wave of hopelessness come over me. I lost 5 kilos within 2 weeks. I couldn't eat or hold anything down. And the words she said just kept repeating in my head over and over again. But then one day, something happened. I heard a voice inside saying, "That's not true." And that voice just kept getting louder. "That's not true, that's not true, that's not true." The words might exit to me, "That's not true." Then I started seeing the evidence that countered what she said. If she couldn't overlook that I'm not good looking in her eyes, she wouldn't have dated me in the first place. Then in one instant, I moved on. So I deleted and blocked all her socials, and for the next 6 months, I worked on myself. Then I started dating again. So the point is, your value isn't measured by what people think or say. Most people couldn't even comprehend your fullness anyway. Your value starts when you connect all the truths, data points in your life, and you start believing in yourself. You are valuable.